a year into my very first job as a political reporter here at the Boston Phoenix. In fact, this is my first headline story. I was on the front page. It was really exciting. You know, it was a cool paper on the Pulse because we were addressing important issues like NSYNC versus Hanson. But it was an awesome paper. And so one Monday evening, it's about 4:30 in the afternoon, and I get a call on my line from the HR office, and they said, "Oh, hey, Dorie, before you so casual. So before you leave for the day, can you pop by our office?" And I thought, oh, there's some paperwork I have to do. Oh, I'll probably have to sign something. Well, you perhaps know better than I do what was coming. I got laid off, and all my coworkers were leaving for the evening, and I had to go back, slink back, and pack up my desk. That was sad. It's always sad to be laid off. It's especially sad to be laid off from your first job. But I'll tell you what was even more frightening was I woke up the next day and I turned on the television. I had been laid off from my first job on Monday, September 10th, 2001. I woke up the next morning and the world changed, and I thought, how am I ever going to get a job? What's going on? What can I possibly do? And so that was really the moment for me where I began to realize a lot of things. Number one is that the world is not a certain place. Number two, as I began to sense with my layoff and then over the intervening years, we all began to see that the newspaper industry, which when I was growing up, that was a great, stable, secure industry. It was incredibly robust. In fact, we think, oh, newspapers have been crumbling for a long time, and at this point they have. Newspapers had record profits in 2000. That was just 13 years ago. That was the peak, record profits, and the fall comes fast. And I kept hunting around and kind of hoping that I could get hired by the Boston Globe, which was the daily paper. And they kept saying, oh, Dorie, we love you, we want to hire you. But they had a hiring freeze. The industry was dying, but no one could really fully appreciate it at the time. We thought, oh, cyclical contraction. Maybe some of you guys can relate that the models, the certainties that we all used to have gone away. Even in the time between me being in high school and saying, wow, I'd like to be a journalist, and me finishing graduate school and trying to become a journalist, and it was no longer there. So I got approached, actually, by a gubernatorial candidate. Robert Reich, the former U.S. Labor Secretary, was running for governor in Massachusetts, and they asked would I like to be the press secretary. And at first I said no, because I wanted to keep on being a journalist. But an hour later, I called him back, and I said, actually, yes. And that was the moment when I said, I need to adapt. I need to change my plans. And that's been the course of my reinvention.